to the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sunlight shining in.
Well, good morning and welcome to episode 876 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter-free. I'm Brian, your host, and it's February 23rd, 2026. This morning I'm enjoying a fresh cup of light Nicaraguan from foodforestfarms.com because life's too short for shitty coffee. At Food Forest Farms, your beans are roasted by real human hands using a clean stream air roaster. More than just a customer, you're a family. Get 10% off with code LOTS10, that's LOTS10, and shipping is always free. While you're there, check out the C4 Club for even more awesome perks. Today, I've got another packed show. Cabin work continues as we push forward despite all the stuff going on in the world. I paid the tariff, but I didn't pay the deputy. I talk about a little bit of tariff stuff. The latest round of aliens getting rolled out when things get inconvenient for the Fed, and whatever else pops up along the way. So grab your coffee, smash that like button, and let's get started. Good morning. Good morning. How's it going today? Mike's Homestead, thanks for popping in as always. Every morning, on every Monday morning, Mike's Homestead popping in early. Rewilder Life, good morning. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. And Martinson family, good morning to you, sir and ma'am, if you're both listening up there in Canada. I apologize for the double dose of hockey ass whoopings that I guess it wasn't ass whoopings. I don't know. I couldn't watch it since it wasn't free here in the US, but sorry about the losses there, Martinson family. Digger, thanks for stopping in. How you been, man? Been a while. Haven't seen you around. Hope everything is going well in retirement for you. Light Nicaraguan this morning. Got my C4 package end of the week last week. It was end of the week. Had the 15th, so with the C4 Club from Food Forest Farms, fantastic coffee, hand roasted, small batch, air roasted coffee. It's phenomenal. I tried it, man, years ago, so now I think it's, man, I'd have to count maybe 4 years ago. I tried coffee from Brian over at Food Forest Farms and fell in love for sure. It is just beyond good. The health benefits of air roasted over drum roasted, I've talked about that before. The taste difference, just the mechanics of how it's roasted, just makes it better, in my opinion. I mean, you might like Folgers, or you might like Starbucks, whatever. That's good for you. I prefer the air roasted, hand air roasted small batch coffee that Brian makes. And so I joined the C4 Club. I've been a proud member of the C4 Club for a long time. I have two spots, actually. And shipments go out on the 15th. 15th, shipments goes out. It goes priority mail every month to my door. And they worked with me even when we were traveling and sent it to a different address every month, which was probably a pain in the ass for them, but I appreciate it. And good morning, Canadian Farmstead says like does not equal can afford. I mean, you can like really it is possible. Maybe not for you with Canadian import tariffs. Wait, I don't think they do that on the way into Canada. Talk about that in a little while, but Mike's Homestead. I'll talk about that in just a second. But anyway, but Brian sends it out, and it ships on the 15th every month, unless it's a weekend, unless it's a Sunday. Actually, I shouldn't say weekend. On a Sunday, it goes out. And this month, it was a Sunday was the 15th, and then the 6th, the Monday after, which it usually goes right out, Monday was a holiday. So I had to wait. I was waiting. I always have a buffer built in. That's just this. A good prepper always has a little extra. But was kind of rolling down, and I got the package and I opened it up, and it's always like Christmas every month when when I open that C4 package and see what I'm going to be enjoying for the month, because it's always changes. If you like different stuff, you can talk to Brian. He'll send out whatever you want. But I have him kind of pick for me, and whatever he's roasting, whatever kind of fits my taste, and whatever fits in the bag he sends out. And it's going to be a good month coming up. But it's always tough when I get the new stuff in the mail and I'm putting it up in the cupboard and I have to rotate stock. And I have a little bit left over from the month before. I have a little bit left over in my reserves, and I have to move them to the top. And after seeing the stuff that comes in, then I have to wait until I get through the stuff that I already have. So, but anyway, light Nicaraguan today, finishing up last month's order, and man, it's fantastic. So, Mike's Homestead said the wife is scared of the GSD that she got. The GSD blend is actually something that I came up with working with Brian. One of the perks of the C4 Club is that you basically can design your own coffee blends. You can design your own label. You can white label coffee through him using your C4 Club membership. And it's a great deal, but a long time ago, we were tinkering around with some different blends. And I told Brian, I'm a fan of light roast. I always have been since I started drinking coffee, really, and really when I got into roasting coffee and learning about coffee way back when I worked for a company called Caribou up in Minnesota. When I first moved to Minnesota, man, that would have been like 28 years ago. I took all the classes that they offered. They were at that time, a small coffee producer, a little coffee shop that had multiple locations, but they had one centralized roasting facility right in Minneapolis. And they offered employees free coffee classes where they taught you about beans, they talked to you about processing, they talked to you about everything along the line, and you got paid to do it. And I was like, well, I like to learn shit. I like coffee, and I like getting paid to learn shit even more. And I don't have to work behind the barista line there. And so I took all the classes they had, and as I learned about coffee, I really got into it. And my favorites were the Lamanita Peaberry and the Jamaican Blue Mountain, both roasted on the light side. Loved it. So fast forward to meeting Brian and having a connection and talking about coffee there. I lean towards that light roast. And I told him for the first blend I wanted to make, I said, I want it on the light end. I want it super caffeinated, but not leave you jittery. So Mike's Homestead, I don't think she has to worry about it. It's just, it's on the light end of some higher caffeinated caffeine contented beans. So it's nothing more. There's nothing added. It shouldn't be scary. And it was made to not make you jittery. So GSD was get shit done blend. So something you could have a couple of cups of in the morning, and it just set you right for the day and got you going with no crash after, no jitters, but a little bit of that higher content. Because if you didn't know, the lighter a coffee bean is roasted, the more caffeine there is. People think that the darker, stronger tasting coffee is stronger. The lighter roasts that burn off less of the caffeine just has a little higher content. Nothing crazy. Martinson family says, not a hockey guy, but half of my work crew spent a lot of the morning watching on the boss's laptop. And material was flying after. Nice. Rewild Their Life is hockey wife girl right there. Yeah, we were talking about hockey over in the Telegram group after the game. Wish I had got to watch it. That would have been cool, but no cable, no rabbit ears, and NBC decides that they just want to put it all behind a paywall. And so I watched a little bit of updates online, kind of game tracker stuff. But even CBS Sportsline didn't cover the Olympics at all. I don't know if they had articles, but I don't know if they were locked out of it by NBC or what was going on there. But yeah, it was even tough to find live updates, quote unquote, not even video, just like tweet update type things. And but I found something and was following along, but had other stuff to do. Canadian Farm says, I got an ad for Milwaukee Tools high mobility knee pads, much better than the Cougars in my area ads. Good morning, Hunter over on Twitch. Thanks for popping in. Rewilder says we paid for Peacock for the month. I thought about it. Corey and I used to watch the Olympics back when we first met. For a while there, we enjoyed the Olympics. It's something that it's a sport that I don't know. Have they gone woke? That's the one thing I was worried about watching it is the commentators. It always seems, that the athletes are more grounded. I don't know, maybe not anymore, but it always felt like the Olympics were better than professional sports and stuff. But I don't know if the announcers have really gone woke and gone along with bullshit. It's kind of one of the reasons I gravitated away from the NFL was the asinine commentators, and then the acts of the athletes just got stupid. So I don't know. I skipped it. There was a way you could do Walmart Plus free trial for 30 days, and that included Peacock. And I mean, there were free ways to do it, and there were paid ways to do it, but it was what it was, and we made it through without just the ice skating commentator. Otherwise, nope. Gotcha. Anyway, let's get to that Bitcoin guessing contest from last week. We're running a little late. We're usually at 6 after, but looking like 6:12. Excuse me. We'll do that Bitcoin in just a second. Hunter says, and any gender issues at the Olympics. I don't know. Were there guys playing for the U.S. women's hockey team? Is that why they won? Canadian Farm says the CBS streams it all free online. You can do a lot free when the government gives you billions and gives you $1.5 billion of taxpayers' money. Was that up in Canada? We didn't have any streaming. You got a 30-minute free peek on NBCOlympics.com or something. It wasn't even long enough to watch a full curling match. Anyway, Bitcoin guessing game. Every week we over in the Telegram group we guess what we think the Bitcoin price will be the following Monday morning. This morning at 6:14 a.m. That is February 23rd, 6:14 a.m. $66,190 for one Bitcoin. I guessed, you can see it up on the screen there, $74,747. I'm way the fuck off. That's been my guess for a couple weeks now. The cat stole my dry erase marker, so I was having to leave that up there. It was a crappy guess. It's not even close. I guess 8,000 off isn't horrible. Let's look at some of the other guesses this week. Low end, we got Scrambling was guessing 62,359. That's a little bit low, not horrible. Closer than I was. Canadian Farmstead in with a guess of 68,200. Pretty close, but not close enough. Thesia Ellis, it was in with 72,689. A little too high, but not quite as high as mine. And John Palmer way out of the ballpark. Not even close. Like, this is one of those home runs that cleared the black back bleachers out into the road, running down the street. John Palmer guessed 78,910. Just a little bit off there. But we did have two that came in pretty close. We had a Canadian and an American. And if you know how this went over the weekend, you'd guess that the American won. But unfortunately for us down here south of the border, Blueberry, Texas, our American friend, 66,500. Close, very, very close. Only 300 and so off. 66,500 for Blueberry, Texas, but in with the win and closest. Canada finally prevails. Couldn't do it in the Olympics, but we wait till Monday morning to the Bitcoin guessing game contest. Chris Dixon in with a guess of 66,435. That was only $245 off for the price spot when we did the guess. Chris Dixon in with the win. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Canadian Farmstead says no moon. Yeah, no moon. No moon yet. I could use a moon. I could use a moon shot, a god candle up to about 225,000. Should I guess that for next week? Anyway, congratulations to Chris Dixon and the whole country of Canada. You finally got yourself a win. Hunter says Canada for the win. Canada in with the win. Anyway, that was the Bitcoin guessing game contest. This is a little fun we have over in the Telegram chat. You don't win anything if you win, just bragging rights for the next week. And, you know, you can hold your whole country up on your shoulders like Chris Dixon can this week. I'm going to, 66,000. What should I guess next week? Next week, the show will be on... Ooh, are we into March next week? Already? March 2nd. Holy shit. I got to make a guess for March 2nd into a new month. We're going to go 69,696. 69,696 is my guess for next week. The show on March 2nd, 2026, around 6-ish a.m. If you want to guess in, get in on the guessing game, head on over to the Telegram chat at t.me/lotschat. That's the letter t.me. That's for the Telegram app if you don't have it on your phone. It's a great app, a little communication app. You got groups, you got private chats, you got all sorts of fun stuff over there. And we got a great group of people that hang out in the chat and bullshit about all sorts of different shit. t.me/lotschat. Head on over there. Click on the pinned message up at the top and reply with your guess for the price for next week. I get that up after the show, usually if I don't forget. And hopefully if you reply with a price guess, I don't miss it. Sometimes I get a little busy and miss some of the guesses along the way. But anyway, t.me/lotschat. Come on over and participate in the Bitcoin guessing game. Let me fill up here. It's a little chilly here this morning. It was 70 on Friday. It's 20. It's just above 20, like the low 20s this morning. Wood stove is rolling, and I'm a little chilly. It's only supposed to be for a couple days. I think we're supposed to be below 20 tonight. We'll see a 19, 18 degrees, something like that. And then back up into the 70s later this week. So, yeah, go figure. Spring in Tennessee, from what I understand. And at least it is spring. I'm over the cold, really over the cold. It was nice to be out in that 70-degree weather the other day. Excuse me. Let's talk about the cabin. Cabin got some work done this weekend. Corey had a 3-day weekend. She has gone to this new hybrid schedule. She works 4 10s now. And rotates between a day off, either a Thursday, Friday. And so this week she had Friday off. So we had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We were hoping, Hunter said, Ryan Hall said the coast is getting a snowcane. Yeah, I saw something that if it was hurricane season, this would be considered a hurricane or something. I don't know, whatever. They can have it. They can have it. We had our snow/ice storm for the week or for the year, and I'm good with that. So Corey had Friday off, so we had 3-day weekend, and we're trying to plan what we wanted to get done. We were at the point we had 3 sides of the cabin with windows installed. Basically, we had put up house wrap around the outside of the poles to keep the inside dry we have subfloor in, and we didn't want it rain in, and we weren't using sheathing on the outside for the extra weight on there, since we're going to be doing a metal finish. So to keep everything dry, we wrapped everything in house wrap. We framed inside the posts of the post frame building, and because it's so windy and stuff here, with the wind blowing, the house wrap got all tore and tattered and things like that. To make it good again before we put the windows in, and then the purlins on, or girts, I guess. I used purlins and girts in the construction of this pole frame building the same. I guess girts are on the walls and purlins are on the ceiling or the roof. So anyway, until we get the metal on, we need to keep everything dry, and adding an extra barrier for water, I don't mind that on the inside there. So since the house wrap's all tore up, and now that the framing's on the inside, we can tear that down, put new house wrap up, and attach it more securely to the framing, similar to where you would have it attached to the sheathing if you had plywood sheathing on the outside. So we had 3 sides done where we had rehouse wrapped and got windows installed, and we had 1 left. And so Corey and I decided that we wanted to get the house wrap done and the windows in this weekend, this 3-day weekend. And as usual, plans kind of went sideways. Friday was looking really nice weather. Saturday was cooling off, but getting really windy. And then Sunday was supposed to be super windy and cold. We just had something on the burner that we had to get done. It was not cabin related. We needed to get our dogs groomed. If you've seen our dogs, if you've seen Norman, especially with his long hair, mats and dirt and whatnot, it's been a long winter without being able to get out in the yard and give him a bath. Taking him to a groomer around here, it's it's trying to find somebody that you trust to groom someone or a dog with that kind of hair. And then B, it's super expensive, especially when you're willing to do it yourself. But man, it was supposed to be 70 and sunny and nice, and we had a plan set up, and so we decided to take Friday and groom the dogs. Clyde's super easy. Clyde's short hair, behaves, doesn't resist, just wants to do what mom wants him to do. Clyde just takes a few minutes. Norman is a different story. He likes to do his own thing, first of all, but second of all, it's just forever with that thick fur, with the double coat, with all he gets matted and just dirty, and it takes a long time, and then he's wet forever on top of that. So definitely try to dry out as much as can outside, and we don't like to make them suffer. So don't want to do it in the freezing cold, even though they'd probably like it. Norman loves staying out in the cold, but anyway, so we took Friday and just did dog stuff and spent the time together with Corey and I, and took a day, one of her days off, and just spent our time together and worked around here. Saturday we did get out and we got that house wrap redone. It was interesting as the wind picked up, trying to work with the Tyvek and get that nailed and secured. Got it done. It looks really nice. We fell short of getting the windows in. That's going to be this upcoming week. But Sunday, the temp dropped. And as the temp dropped, we decided that somebody should stick around here and keep the wood stove going. Just at a low roll all day. So the camper didn't get cooled off, since it was going to keep dropping throughout the evening and into the night and overnight. So we only took 1 day work out of the 3-day work weekend this weekend. I guess yesterday I did go out and get more firewood, sourcing some more standing dead trees and deadfall that's fallen that kind of hung up off the ground that doesn't get wet. And I found a nice kind of, I guess it would probably about 20 foot, probably not even 15-foot, dead trunk of a tree that had been standing there. It's right. It was going to be cleared anyway. I was able to knock that down and started burning it last night. It looks like it's burning really well. It's making a nice coal bed. I talked about before on the show how hit and miss cutting up the deadfall for firewood can be. This stuff looks like it's going to be good, and it definitely has some burn value to it. So that's exciting. Have enough to get through this cold spell, and we'll see if I'm gonna need to find any more. Going forward with the cabin, like I said, I got those 4 windows to go in. It's just easier with Corey there, with going inside and outside and holding things and handing the window through. Prefer to do that by with her, or at least with some help, since they're kind of expensive to drop and break. So that'll be coming up. We're shooting for Thursday. That'll be Corey's next day off, but looks like Thursday is going to be thunderstorms all day. Go figure. So that might end up being a wash. I really don't want to put windows in the rain, but we'll see. Anyway, that's probably going to be pushed to Friday, Saturday, but get those wrapped up. The other thing we got on the burner, and I actually picked up material and everything to do it, is we're going to get some steps on one side of the cabin. If you've been over in the Telegram group or heard about how we're doing the cabin, we have an enclosed or undercover deck as part of the footprint. And that's done. The decking's done there, and we've been using like the step stool ladder as a way to get in and out of the cabin. And we just decided we're kind of sick of that, and we'll take a little bit of time to put in some steps. These are going to be kind of temporary steps. I'm guessing temporary in maybe a year to 2 temporary. After the cabin's complete, we're living out there. We have a deck on the other side. We're going to extend our covered patio deck out to be on the outside of the roof too. But so that those steps are going to be next. We're going to get those in, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do with our other door and how to install that at 4 foot up in the air. Not really sure if we want to build a landing, if we want to build the whole deck that's going on that side of the cabin, or what we want to do, and then move on with metal, and if we want to do the decking before the metal or after. So decisions, and it's all about learning and research and doing it ourselves. So it's not like I call the contractor and say, hey, what do we do next? It's a lot of learning. So it's been an interesting project. It's got a long ways to go, and excited to keep going. Martinson family says balmy -11C up in Canada, just south of the 51st parallel. Yeah, you can have it. I don't need any negatives. If I could go the rest of my life without seeing a negative temperature, we do freedom units here in the Fahrenheit, so we get quite a bit. We get a 32-degree buffer before we hit negative under freezing. If I can stay above 0, I mean, really, if I could stay above freezing, that would have been fantastic. But I can't deal with the heat of summer that comes with above freezing all the time. But if I can stay above negative Fahrenheit, I'll go with that. So anyway, cabin's going good. We're excited about that. The three sides that did get house wrap and windows are looking good. Being able to secure that house wrap more than on a few posts by nailing it to the framing on the inside has worked great. and lots less blowing in the wind and ripping and the tearing. The ripping and the tearing is not happening that much. So perfect, and should be good until we get the metal on. So that's that. Lots of work to do. Next on the list, I got to pay a tariff. Tariffs in the news. I said in the here's for AI. AI. I got show notes that I use like a template over the weekend or over the week. I'll put little notes on the template of things to put on my show prep list. I got over here on the other screen, and sometimes I'm in a I don't want to say goofy, but I'm in a mood, and I'll put something on the list, and it's a joke, it's tongue in cheek, it's sarcastic or whatever, and AI just really doesn't get it. So on my list this week, I saw the Supreme Court decision on the tariffs. I ended up having to pay a tariff and put that through this week, paid that bill. But I was just like, I was thinking of the old Bob Marley, I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. And so I put that on my show notes. I said, I paid the tariff, but I didn't pay the deputy. And when I didn't even think about it, I ran it through AI, and I'll tell you, guys, the the intro that it spit out without me explaining that was tongue in cheek or parody or whatever was the original intro was supposed to say a story about paying the tariff but not paying the deputy, and I was like, wait, what? I looked at that this morning and was a little confused, but anyway, I had to pay a tariff this week. I guess it was from a little earlier, but I was surprised. I shouldn't say I was surprised. Like, when I got the thing from FedEx, it made sense. But a while back, I bought some parts for our cubic mini wood stove. We heat our camper with a little cubic mini wood stove. It's been fantastic. It's a great product, but unfortunately, it's made in Quebec. It's made north of the border. When we bought it, that wasn't an issue. That was 5-6 years ago, and there were no import tariffs from Canada. We bought that. We've had it installed since we retrofitted the camper. It's worked great. We've liked it. It's probably a little small. It is a little small for what we need, but I think that's more the shape of the camper, the fact that it's a hallway, and where we needed to install it was kind of right in the middle. But it's worked great. I would recommend one if you got a small space, you're looking to put a wood stove in, cubic mini wood stove, especially if you're in Canada. I don't know what the prices are now on buying one or the import tariffs now, but I had to order replacement parts. I had to order fire bricks for it. I suppose I could have cut my own. Maybe, I don't know, but they have them pre-cut, and they come in kits for the stove, the tiny stove. There's certain pattern that you need to put them in, and they're shaped different. And then I wanted to pick up some new panels that go in the top, some stainless steel panels that rest in the top and kind of divert the wood gas and make it one of those catalytic double burn stoves. More efficient and better for the environment, I guess. But anyway, I had to order those parts. I went up on the website. I bought it. Actually, I shouldn't say I did. I went on the website. I actually have somebody that I've emailed back and forth with that I've ordered other stuff from them. I just have it in my contacts, and they just send me an invoice. I pay the invoice, and it gets shipped. So I really didn't browse the website or anything like that, and so I didn't know up front that the tariff was on me. I would always assume that the company sending the product would pay it. I think that's the assumption for the MAGA folk that when Orange Man puts the tariffs on, they're like, well, those foreign companies got to pay it, blah 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 blah. Well, I got my parts. It took forever. First of all, it takes forever to get shipped from Canada. Get shipped from Canada. Follow the FedEx tracking. It comes and it shows up. Get my parts. I've had them here a week or so. We finally shut the stove down long enough to let it cool down and pull the fire bricks. Got them all changed out. But early last week, I go out to get my mail, and there is a letter from FedEx. Big old envelope. And I'm like, what is FedEx? I got on their junk mail list, or what? Why? If FedEx, I was concerned that FedEx took my shipping address and was now going to be sending me fucking junk mail. I've had different accounts with FedEx and things like that. I didn't know what it was, but I opened it up. Usually would have just tossed it. It looked like junk mail. I opened it up, and it was a bill. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? $45 or some shit. It was 40%, 42%, something like that of the total cost of the purchase of the parts. It had all sorts of paperwork in it. I think I tossed it. I don't know if I tossed it. No, I must have kept it somewhere. I don't know. It's here somewhere. But anyway, it had all sorts of, it looked like tax documents and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm looking through it, and I'm like, these are fucking tariffs on my parts from Canada. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought the parts were a little expensive as they were. So they were over $100 for some fire bricks and a couple of little panels. But I get it, Canada and inflation and blah 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 and all this. I was like, okay, I need them. We plan on pulling the wood stove out and using it on the property. So this is just making it better going forward. All of a sudden, I'm getting an extra bill for $100 or for another $40. I was like, what the fuck? So I sat on that for a few days and ended up paying that. But I was kind of shocked that they actually delivered the stuff, that it wasn't cash on delivery, that it wasn't postage due or whatever, that they delivered it and then billed me later. Canadian Farm said serves you right for not buying American. Well, if some fucking American company would make a product that that was what I needed, I would have. And then not even just Canadian, up there in Quebec, the Frenchies. I don't even think you guys like the Frenchies, do you? Oh man. But anyway, I was what happened? What would happen if I didn't pay FedEx for the tariffs on the stove? Would it have gone to collections? Would who would collect that? Did FedEx front my tariff for me? Did I get scammed? Did I pay something that I wasn't supposed to pay? I mean, I went to the FedEx website to pay it, so I can't imagine. Canadian Farm says that if I didn't pay the tariff, ICE would come and deport me to Quebec. Oh, geez, I'm glad I paid it. Actually, I've been to Montreal a couple times. It's kind of a fun city for a young man in his early 20s. I guess late teens, early 20s. It was an interesting time up there. But anyway, I was really I was shocked that I could pay it after. Mike's home says, lay off us Frenchies. Just Quebecans. Are you a Quebecian? Are you a Nordique? I didn't look into it too much. It was $45. I paid it and moved on. But coincidentally, this week, the Supreme Court decided that they were going to weigh in on some tariffs, and Orange Man's just ability to wave a magic wand and cost people money, and put import tariffs and all sorts of stuff across the board. Supreme Court on February 20th, 2026, struck down many of former President Trump's sweeping global tariffs, ruling that the international emergency economic powers, we had an emergency, so we gotta do shit because we got an emergency. The IEEPA does not authorize the president to impose broad tariffs on imports. So the Supreme Court said, you don't have the fucking power to do that. Only Congress can. Hey, Martinson family, have a good day at work. Hope you have a good day and make it home safe and sound. Thanks for stopping in. That the president didn't have the power to levy tariffs. That was a power reserved to Congress. U.S. Customs and Border Protection will stop collecting the tariff starting on February 24th. That's tomorrow. I still had to pay mine, and then it sounds like in the time that the IEEPA was imposed, was in place, it generated $175 billion or more in revenue. What are they going to do with it? Mike Somsa says where my grandfather's family came from. Grandfather and grandmother's family came from. Interesting. My paternal side, from what I understand, the records were kind of sketchy and such, but from the family lore, my family immigrated through Quebec also, from Eastern Europe, way back not way back, early 1900s, kind of immigrated through Quebec, then down through Ontario and into the United States eventually. But anyway, what happens to the money? If he illegally enacted these, are there refunds? Do those refunds go to the consumer? Was the consumer paying these? I don't know. I didn't really, other than ordering on Amazon, which I assumed prices kind of went up to cover these on the back end, that if the producers were paying them, I was just paying them through the rise in cost, kind of like rent and taxes, property taxes and rent. Property taxes go up, and the building owner pays the property tax, but he just moves that cost on to the renters. I thought that this was basically the same system set up with the tariffs. Little did I know, and was I surprised when I ended up directly paying them for this package that I got from Canada. Where does that money go? Will it ever get refunded? Should it get refunded? I don't know. But anyway, Orange Man was a little upset that his tariffs got struck down. Found another legal loophole. Found another legal authority. Jack says importer paid them. So I guess I was the importer on the single package ordered from Canada, whereas an Amazon seller was importing to a warehouse. I don't know. It is what it is. But Orange Man decided that now he wants to use a different legal authority and has imposed a 10%, and then immediately raised to a 15% global wide tariff, using the Section 122 of the Trade Act. Now, this new tariff is temporary and must be extended or legislated by Congress for long-term use. What is temporary? Is temporary until the time that Orange Man isn't president anymore? I don't know. The administration plans to keep tariff policy active using other statutes, namely sections 232 and section 301 of the Trade Act. Sounds like everybody around the world is having a shit fit about it. I don't blame them. It is just kind of like a whim of the king when he just wants to do things and waves his magic wand. But let's see some reactions. China said that this could impact their negotiations, trade deals with the U.S. So we'll see. I'm not an international trade and finance expert or claim to be or ever want to be. So I just happen to be caught up in the whole mess and have to personally pay a little bit of tariff and coincidentally pay it during the week that the Supreme Court knocks it down and says that it was illegal. So yay me. I guess if we had just waited till the fall to redo the wood stove before next winter, maybe I wouldn't have had to pay that extra $40. And will it be? And if there are refunds going to be issued, is it going to be worth jumping through the hoops to get that? Who knows? Next on the list is another wave a wand and make things appear or disappear. I don't know. Did you see the clip of former President Barack Obama pretty much admitting that the government has info on aliens? Got caught. And I don't know, was it accidental? Was it impromptu? Was it staged? You never know anymore. You really just never know. But anyway, there was an interview out there that somebody asked Obama about aliens, and he kind of let the cat out of the bag. Said that, yeah, I don't know where the exact quote is, and this morning when I was looking, it just was all across the board of what he actually said. I saw it in passing and didn't make a real mental note about it, but basically, after his admission, they asked Trump and got talking to Orange Man about it, and Orange Man declared that he declared that the U.S. government needs to needs to start looking into. Wait, where did it go? All my notes are gone. Shit. Trump has ordered the government to identify and release files about UAPs, UFOs, and anything tied to alien life. Agencies are starting to process, but nothing has been declassified yet. Is this going to be about like the Epstein files, where boom, we're going to release 8,000 documents and they're all going to be redacted? So it really is a big pile of, you can guess who we're talking about, but you can see what we're talking about, but not who's talking about it. And you can only guess and speculate from there. Are there aliens? I don't know. Hopefully there are. We on Earth can't be the most intelligent things out there. That would just be scary to me. Are aliens here? Is the government suppressing information about aliens? Who cares? Canadian Pharmacist says they're getting ready for Project Bluebeam. And really, that's anybody that has any sort of skepticism about the government, whether it be about the way they do things, left, right, or center. If you have any sort of skepticism and you've looked into any of the conspiracy theories, like Canadian Pharmacist says Project Bluebeam, There's so many. Where do you even start? But Project Bluebeam was something that was declassified that basically said that they're going to use aliens. We're going to use aliens as a distraction. That we could roll out news of aliens and use it as a tool. Canadian pharmacist says, "Look at the sky, not the pedos running things," and that's some interesting timing. This Epstein thing's been going on for now years and years and years. We're gonna release files. We're not gonna release files. We have the files ready. We're not gonna release them. Blah blah blah. Slow trickle of information. We're gonna arrest people. Nobody's been arrested. It's the same old from the government over and over and over and over. And when people start pressing, when people start getting arrested, I guess they arrested was a guy over in England. Was that Prince Andrew? Former Prince Andrew. I don't know what is I don't keep up with the royals. It's never been one of my things, and it's always kind of felt odd to me that anybody in the United States would be so infatuated with the royal family. I mean, I can see the Canadians, since they're still their little bitch. Oh wait, Canada, you got your freedom. You got your freedom back in the 80s or something, didn't you? You still got their face on your money. But anyway, one of the royals was former royals, current royal was arrested because he was on Pedo Island. The pictures kind of damned him. I think he was right on top of one of the little girls. But they arrested him, and I don't know if things started going sideways, that people started getting a little nervous. But basically, the Austin Powers meme released the aliens with his sidekick there. So you got Dr. Evil, and then the lady, I don't remember her name. Shit. I love the meme though. But release the aliens. Distractions, guys. If there's aliens here and the government knows about it, great. What does that change? Oh, they were hiding something from us? Weird. Will your day change if you know that the government has interacted with aliens? Are the aliens only coming and interacting with the government? If the government releases the information about aliens, does that change anything in your day-to-day life? If you know that the government is run by pedophiles, does that change anything in your day-to-day life? Does that make you hate them more? Maybe it makes you love them more. I don't know. Not me. Not a fan of the pedos. They could all go away for all I care. Best viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. Thanks, Conscious Courtship BJ. Something. Oh, God. Hunter, take care of that over on Twitch, would you? Aliens. Distraction. It's a distraction, guys. It is it makes me wonder what's going on. What else is going on? What else is going on besides the Epstein files is another thing that I kind of ponder now and then. That has been rolled out for so long and such a big dance around it. Is that a distraction too? What is the point of the Epstein thing? Will anybody ever be arrested? Will anybody ever pay for, I guess, Prince Andrew or whoever was arrested there? I guess he will be. But will anybody be held accountable? Probably not. Is Epstein dead? Did he hang himself? I doubt it. Like, really, if you look into the depths of these emails, I guess I could see someone realizing that they had lost all their leverage. Someone that had leverage across the board lost his leverage, that now it was in control of someone else. He had been arrested and he knew he was going to be dead anyway. I could see that outside chance. My more likely scenario is he got moved away. Someone else was put in his place and offed. It's really nice to be able to just restart your life. Magic eraser. This horrible person is now gone. He killed himself in jail. Man, the pictures of Ms. Maxwell, lots of theories that she's been swapped out, that she's not actually in jail, that she's off with somebody. Rewild Their Life says, oh, so much. It's a distraction to keep us from getting shit done. It's fun, though. It is. It's disgusting. Some of the stuff in these emails, it's troubling, but fun to try to maybe start to keep track of it. I don't know if it's fun. It's irritating that all the double speak and everything that goes back and forth in the release of the files. I saw somebody that put together a timeline of, we're releasing them all from the start of when we had all these files about Epstein and his island and his emails and blah 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 and all of it, from the time that was acquired to modern times, all the different rhetoric that's gone along the way, and really nothing's happened other than a bunch of redacted emails that you can't really tell who was implicated or what was going on, but some pretty fucked up shit in there. We'll see. Either we're gonna get a bunch of aliens or nothing is going to continue to happen with the Epstein files. We'll see. Anyway, guys, lots of comfrey orders coming in. If you're in the South, if you're in the deep South, if you're in the mid South, time to get the comfrey in the ground. It's really good to get it established before you go into that super hot summer that you have in the South. Everywhere up into even our region, if you could get a shovel in the ground and break ground and you're not frozen, it's a good time to get comfrey in the ground. And as the warm weather comes and the soil warms up, your comfrey will pop up and get nice and established before it gets beat to hell over the summer. So think about going to comfreyroots.com and order some up today. Orders ship out every Monday. So you order today, it's going to ship out next Monday, but anywhere through the week, you're going to get that order shipped out next Monday, so it can make it to you as quickly as possible and not have to endure multiple weekends of shipping. And when you get it in the mail, get it open, get them in the ground. You're going to want to plant your comfrey roots horizontally about an inch to 2 inches below the ground. Plant them horizontally, and then one end goes down and one end comes up, and you're going to get strong, thriving plants with a super deep taproot. Comfrey is one of the best plants you can grow on a homestead or even as a ornamental around your property. They're beautiful to look at, really cool purple flowers and big broad green leaves. Comfrey can be used as chop and drop fertilizer, compost accelerator, animal fodder, soil builder, and pollinator magnet. What a great plant. Get some today at comfreyroots.com. The other thing I missed earlier in the show, I forgot to tell you, I talked about it a little bit last week, but Blockstream has changed their affiliate program. They changed their affiliate host, which changed my affiliate link. The code is still the same. The Lots Project gets you 10% off at checkout. But if you click the link, rewards.blockstream.com/the Lots Project, I'll have it down in the video notes and show description. You can now choose to either get 10% off your order or 10% back in sats. So basically, you buy the wallet, you get 10% back in sats, and then you can send that to your wallet and have a little jump start. I talked about last week a little bit of a stacking hack where you can use the full debit card to buy a Blockstream gift card, get 10% back for buying the gift card, and then use the gift card and my link and get another 10% back in sats for the purchase, where basically you're going to start your Bitcoin balance. You can start your Bitcoin balance on your wallet with $30 or so in Bitcoin. Then the price goes up, the price goes down, changes a little bit. Hopefully, in the end, it ends up going up, and you get even more rewards. I know some people that when I started doing the Blockstream affiliate, they bought them way early, and their rewards are getting to the point where actually when we had the all-time high, I think we were at a point where the rewards ended up being more value than the wallet itself after waiting for the price of Bitcoin to go up. So that's a really good thing about getting rewards in sats is you get one sat and it doesn't change with the value of the sat, just the value of your rewards go up. So anyway, it is 7 o'clock. I got to wrap it up here. I got a bunch of stuff to do. It's going to be a busy week. And guys, I appreciate hanging out. If you could share the show with anybody you know that would like to listen, and be sure to head on over to the Telegram group and make your guess for the Bitcoin guessing game contest on March 2nd. Man, next week is March already. That's crazy. But my guess, $69,696. We'll see how I do next Monday, and maybe I can pull a win out. Congratulations to Chris Dixon on winning one for Canada. And anyway, guys, hope you have an awesome week. Get all your stuff done. We'll see you over there in the Telegram chat. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.